Welcome to I Love You, I Hate You, Should I Stay With My Spouse? Module 1, which is all about self-love. In this module, we are going to go over what it is to have self-love and what it means to be madly in love with yourself, how that has a direct impact on your relationship and whether or not you want to stay married, and why you sometimes feel like you love your spouse and you also hate your spouse at the same time. The number one problem that we experience in our marriages is the lack of love. And there's a feeling like they don't care, that your husband or wife just doesn't care. And it is so challenging because you used to feel this deep bond and connection when you were first together. You felt adored, cherished, and nurtured at all times in your relationship. They wanted to be close to you. They wanted to cuddle. They wanted to make love. They wanted to just have all this intimacy. And you always felt like you were on a pedestal. Like they really cared about you. Like that they were proud to show you off. That they were excited to hold your hand and hug you and be close to you and date you and take you to all the fun places that you love to go. And they just basically nurtured you in every way. Most likely that is what happened in your early dating months or years. And now it seems like they're off in another place doing their own thing, and your spouse no longer feels like they need to be with you all the time and no longer feels like this deep, loving connection to you. And so you start to wonder and you start to question whether or not they're the right person for you. And you start to wonder why they stopped loving you, what happened, what did you do wrong, what did they do wrong? And often you blame your spouse because we can't help it. We notice the things they've done wrong and we know how to fix it. And so we often point out the things that we need from them, and it comes out as criticism, and they take offense, like anger and depression and moving into resentment cycle that would go through in a circle that just keeps going around and around. And it starts with somebody says something that was hurtful. The person takes offense to the thing that was hurtful, and then they say something hurtful. It just goes in a circle and the argument continues. And then at some point, there could be an apology, breaking of the cycle, which could be like a change of mood, just let's go out and have some food, or anything really to try to break that cycle. Other than that, that cycle just keeps happening, and it happens more and more, and people start having more and more resentment over the course of their relationship, and they start to question whether or not their spouse is the right person for them, and if they're compatible. And they were compatible in the beginning. And now they feel not compatible now, and they're wondering if they have changed. Somebody has changed. They got married too young. They just weren't ready because they didn't understand what they needed in their relationships, and so on and so forth. I'm here to tell you that actually a lot simpler than that. And it's a lot easier to fix than you would expect. And it all begins with falling madly in love with yourself again. So when you dated your spouse, what did you do for your spouse? And what did they do for you that made you feel really happy? I want you to pause this video and write down the things that they did for you and you did for them that made you feel in love, that made you fall in love with them. So go ahead and write those things down. For me, my husband was so attentive. I have a yellow personality. I love being noticed. I love being bubbly and happy and playful, and love dancing and being like the center of attention. And my husband noticed me, and he is like that too. And I noticed him. And so being noticed, being told you're beautiful or handsome, being just attended to, cuddled with, holding hands, going on dates, having adventures. Really important for me to have adventures. That is really, really important. That I go out and have these fun experiences, going hiking, jumping in the water, going in the ocean, being on my paddleboard, being on my bike, pedaling up those hills, going on camping trips, just traveling the world. All that stuff made me feel really happy. And so when my husband did that for me, I felt really connected to him. I would love you to write down the things that you guys did for each other and that make you feel loved. I will meet you in the next section.